Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Heineke completes it to the tight end, Kittle, powering his way forward. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. 34. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
An effort. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 46 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Power on power, but he's not going to get in. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Well, they went with a fullback dive that time.
And, Brandon, when I was a kid, the fullback carried the ball equally as much as the running back, then known as the halfback. Nowadays, the full...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Punching it in from a yard away. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Kamara now to return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Winston. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys. Now Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 74 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A handoff for Gibson. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll try to throw now. Heineke. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline. Hopkins with the extra point. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Kamara now to return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
On 2nd and 10, Winston, he'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off, and with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those, but third down coming up. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll run. It's Henry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
They'll run on first down. Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Deion Sanders. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
He sets to fire deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Winston completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Throwing, Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
From the 36, Heineke, flush to his right. He's got it to Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, 64 yards. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So they try for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Kamara now to return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 2nd down now. It's Craig. And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
They'll keep it on the ground. Craig. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. So following the failed try on fourth down will change ends and change possession. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now a give right side. It's Craig, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Jameis to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
Fitzpatrick's throw taken in by Moss. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Gibson. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 101 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now Heineke. And he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Kamara now to return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. It was Cam Chancellor that time, the big hitting safety, who fired in there to blow that play up. Off the play fake, Winston. They'll roll him out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jack Youngblood just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, here is Jones. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Daniel Jones, 85 yards. And the Saints are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Winston to throw for it. And he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Fitzpatrick now. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Being chased out left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that is incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. From the red zone now, Winston. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. To throw again on 2nd down, Winston. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. 3rd and long for Winston. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Saints. Marvin Jones, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Now here's Winston as his guys will line up and go for the 2-point conversion. One last shot now for Winston. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So time definitely not in their favor, down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Washington football team as we say so long from FedEx Field.